All right, Anthony Davis. So third straight road game of at least 38 points for you. You're doing it on 65% shooting. Where's that rhythm coming from, and how locked in are you right now?
Just having fun playing the game. You know, I know what's at stake for us, and trying to do my part as one of the leaders of the team. My job is to go out there and make everybody else's job easier with my scoring and defense and, rebounding. So, the more aggressive I am coming out, the game opens up for everyone else on the team, and that's what I try to do. Come out with an aggressive mindset and try to dominate each possession.
Clearly, you guys are locked into the games right now, but with each win, your positioning improves some, right? A pretty solid lead right now in the seventh. Still a shot to go up from there to get a guaranteed playoff spot. How are you managing those two things, playing the game that night and then also thinking about that bigger picture?
Control what we control. Every time we step on the floor, we control our own destiny. We go out and win basketball games and let the rest take care of itself. We can't control what other teams do, but we control us going out playing with a sense of urgency, playing with effort, playing with energy, and collecting basketball wins. So the more we do that, the better chance we have of putting ourselves in a position to not be not to be in the play-in tournament.
So D'Lo doesn't play in the second half. We'll see what happens with him. Dennis steps in. You guys have seemed to find some cohesion, though, already, just by having you and LeBron with some of these new pieces back together. How is that coming together at this point?
It's good. Like I said, we have a very high IQ team. And when D'Lo goes out, Dennis obviously played those minutes before, when D'Lo was out. Them starting minutes, so he come back in and lead the charge. And then, Bron's, getting back after missing 5 to 6 weeks. So he's still finding the rhythm, triple-double tonight. So we're locked in. Everybody in the locker room wants to win. Everybody wants to get to the playoffs and make a run. So, we're finding our groove right now at the right time. So we just got to keep it going.
Last quick one. Feeling a little momentum building?
Yeah. We getting greedy. We're not satisfied. We coming in doing what we're supposed to do. We think we come in and can play against any team, compete against any team, and no matter if they're a playoff team that's in a position just like us to fight for a playoff spot, or a team who's out here just having fun playing, until the season is over. We got to come out and do what we're supposed to do as a unit, and it's building our momentum and our chemistry.
We appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Dominant Anthony Davis once again, guys.
California Honda dealers Chris McGee, James Worthy, Mike Bresnahan. We will hear from Trudell and the players in Darvingham in just a little bit. They've now won 3 in a row. They've won 6 of 7, 2 games over 500 with just 4 games to play. Another great performance by AD. LeBron a triple-double, and Rui was huge off the bench.
Yeah. AD, again, another dominant game, Geeta. 40 points, doing a lot of things on the defensive end, 2 block shots. But to me, the player of the game, we know AD is dominant, but Rui, who to me was the player of the game. 20 points, 3 blocks, hit some big buckets, ISO'd him quite a bit. Also, 35 assists.
Wow.
The ball was moving today. It was whipping around. Everyone was involved, getting to feel it and touch it. 68 points in the paint. That means they were executing. It's a redemption game, a payback game, but this team is building. Every game they play, the chemistry's getting better. They get more confident about where they're going. Just a good game in Houston.
James, you got to give the Lakers a lot of credit. 3-0 on this little road trip here. LeBron James, how much fun did it look like he was having out there? He was a facilitator. 11 assists, only 1 turnover, got his triple-double. James, like you mentioned, Rui sets a career high in block shots, double-double for the first time in 2 years. I went back and looked at his games, first time since March of 21.
Wow.
He's had that double-double, so good for him.
Yeah.
Just a few games ago, Geet, he didn't even play. LeBron's first game back was against the Bulls here in Los Angeles, and Rui kind of got lost in that shuffle, picked up that DNP. He definitely got the P tonight. He was all over that court.
Don't look now. Lakers in 7th and 6-1 in their last 7 games. Let's go back to Houston. AD is with Mike Trudell.
You're like the black Liberace. We'll come through there ready to go. I ain't mad at you. Get me one of those.
Bando, show it out. We get things started with none other than a look at the race in the Western Conference playoff picture. The Lakers enter today's game versus the Rockets a half game back of the 7th seed and just 1 game back of the 6th seed. They've won 5 of their last 6 games, with just 5 games remaining in the regular season. Oh, by the way, just in, the Timberwolves lose
What?
today to the Portland Trailblazers on how many shots, Brez?
Carl Anthony
Karl-Anthony
Towns took 3 shots. The Timberwolves were favored by 19.5, James, and they lost at home to a Portland team playing all backups, pretty much. Unbelievable loss for them, but it helps the Lakers.
And a significant game for them.
Yeah. So if the Lakers win right now, over the next few hours, they will move into a tie with the Pels for 7th, but the Lakers have the tiebreaker, so they will be, in essence, 7th.
Yeah, that's hard to understand. Towns only getting 3 shots.
Yeah.
And Edwards getting 30?
30-something, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. From an old fart veteran like me, that kind of tells me that something's not quite right, because Minnesota is a really good team. They should be way better. I know they've had some injuries. I know Towns without, but with Conley and Gobert, but 30 shots versus 3 in a significant game. I'd like to hear what's going on in the locker room, post game.
Yeah, definitely some imbalance on that roster, Alex.
I think this conversation right here tells you that, one, we are normal people and we like to follow what's going on in the race here down the stretch. But also, big game as we now carry it forward against the Houston Rockets. How much can that win over the Timberwolves? Maybe they crush their spirit, the Lakers, just continue to roll with that momentum from Friday. Yeah,
that's incentive. The fact that Minnesota lost, and you get to redeem yourself versus Houston. You know what they did to you when they came in here a few weeks back. So you got LeBron back, AD playing well, but in addition to that, the whole team is in sync. This is the most connected that I've seen this team all season long. They're back up to their defensive position where they're playing consistent. They're getting, 25, 28 assists. LeBron has come back and recognized what he was witnessing while he was out, that these guys are really, playing well with a lot of gel. And he's just added on to that. So this is a team that's peaking at the right time. And I've had a lot of smiley faces, when I run into people who a few months ago they were giving them to me pretty hard. But we're in a good place, Bress.
Yeah, at the grocery store back in December, January. Not a lot of friendly chatter with people who wanted to talk to us, but definitely a page has been turned. I think it's very easy for Darvin Ham and the Lakers today. All Darvin has to do is show the team maybe a few video clips from what happened on March 15th, about 2.5 weeks ago in Houston. The Lakers, no AD and no LeBron. I get that. Lakers lost by 4 to the Rockets that day. And this Rockets team, it's the exact same starting 5. They're all in their 21, 22-year-old range. Jabari Smith Jr., he's a teenager, James. He's 19. These guys, they don't care about the Lakers. They had fun beating them a couple weeks ago. So I think Darvin should hammer home the revenge tour theme. I think that could really come in handy, and maybe also remind the guys, hey, Minnesota just lost to a team, the Portland Trailblazers, that really had no starters going. So you got to be careful out there, especially this time of year.
Remember, Brez, when everyone thought back on March 15th that the season was over?
Yeah, right?
Not I.
Not anymore.
For the latest on today's matchup versus the Rockets, let's get you live to Houston. Lakers reporter Mike Trudell is